Singapore is a small country with an ever-changing infrastructural and social landscape. The proliferation of chemical and biomedical industries, modern high-rise and iconic buildings, and the omnipresence of terrorism poses numerous challenges to the SCDF. The Civil Defence Force was established as an independent organisation with the enactment of the Civil Defence Act in 1986. It was formerly known as the Civil Defence Command and was established in 1981 as part of the police force. The Singapore Fire Brigade, established in 1888, was officially known as Singapore Fire Service in 1980. In 1986, the collapse of Hotel New World paved the way for joint operations between the Civil Defence Force and Singapore Fire Service. Due to the similarity in roles and functions, the Civil Defence Force and Singapore Fire Service were formally integrated on 15 April 1989 and came to be known as the SCDF in 1992. Today, SCDF, together with 8 other departments from the Home Team under the purview of Ministry of Home Affairs, with a mission to work as a team in partnership with the community, strives to make Singapore our safe and secure best home. SCDF officers perform duties with a mission to protect and save lives and property for a safe and secure Singapore. SCDF has a total strength of 5,600 with about 35% regular uniformed officers, 62% full-time national servicemen, and 3% civilians. The force is concurrently supported by operationally ready national servicemen, led by the Commissioner of SCDF, who is responsible for providing the overall leadership of the force. HQ SCDF is made up of a policy and administration structure consisting of numerous staff departments. These staff departments coordinate and carry out the administration of various key aspects of the force. Singapore is divided into 4 territorial divisions, with the Civil Defence headquarters within each division in charge of fire stations and fire posts, responsible for handling the day-to-day incidents within the territorial boundaries. 4 fire stations are also designated hazmat fire stations, equipped with specialized appliances and hazmat specialists to deal with complex hazardous materials incidents. The National Service Training Institute, NSTI, is where newly enlisted full-time national servicemen undergo basic rescue training, while the operationally ready NS men refresh their operational skills. The Civil Defence Academy, CDA, is a renowned institution which conducts training courses for various vocations and specializations, ranging from firefighters to medics and physical training instructors, PTIs, for both senior and junior officers. The primary focus of CDA is to train our own personnel for operational duty. With the establishment of the HQ Civil Defence Marine Command in April 2012, SCDF is equipped with fire and rescue boats providing marine firefighting and rescue functions within Singapore territorial waters. Guided by our core values, the force carries out our duties with pride in saving lives and property, care for our people and those we serve. In line with our vision as a world-class life-saving force, SCDF's key roles and responsibilities are providing firefighting, rescue and emergency ambulance services, mitigating hazardous materials incidents, formulating and enforcing regulations on fire safety, implementing public protection during peacetime and wartime, and building and enhancing emergency preparedness of our population to deal with emergencies. SCDF was appointed Incident Manager in 1997 for a range of civil emergencies, including major fires, hazardous material incidents, and building collapses. The role of an incident manager is to undertake pre-emergency planning as well as coordinate responses during civil emergencies. We are committed to quick response, with fire stations and fire posts strategically located across the country. We have been responding under 8 minutes for 90% of all fire and rescue cases, and under 11 minutes for 80% of all emergency ambulance cases. Here is a look at our average workload annually. In making Singapore a safe and secure place to live, work and play, SCDF formulates and enforces effective fire safety features and emergency evacuations in buildings. We also oversee and enforce regulatory control over petroleum and flammable materials. In the aspect of public protection, it is our duty to warn the public of impending threats through a centrally operated nationwide public warning system and to implement the shelter program. The community is our eyes and ears on the ground. Because resources are limited, the community can help out in times of emergencies when our resources are tight. SCDF aims to promote and sustain emergency preparedness awareness through customizing a variety of activities to engage all segments of population. SCDF encourages participation in emergency preparedness programs by tapping on various multimedia platforms to propagate CD messages to the community. SCDF also works closely with stakeholders to inculcate emergency preparedness as a way of life in Singapore. SCDF maintains a dedicated rescue contingent codenamed Operation Lionheart to provide assistance to countries hit by major disasters round the clock with a notice to move within 2 hours. The 55-member contingent is self-sufficient in terms of food, fuel and equipment for a working duration of 14 days. Since 2008, SCDF Operation Lionheart contingent has been successfully certified by UN INSARAG to be a heavy urban search and rescue team. Singapore became the 7th country in the world and the first in Asia-Pacific region to attain this certification. Since 1990, we have responded to numerous Ops Lionheart missions. Under the framework of the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UNOCHA, SCDF has a team of United Nations Disaster Assessment and Coordination UNDEC trained officers on 24/7 standby. SCDF is one of the founding members of the Asia-Pacific Humanitarian Programme, APHP, that comes under the purview of UNOCHA to provide support to the UNDEC team's operations with specified communication equipment and to establish the On-Site Operation Coordination Center, OSOC. We are also the first country to operationalize the APHP. Currently, the force has an experienced APHP team on 24/7 standby. SCDF has been regularly engaged in scoping studies for other countries to enhance their operational readiness and capabilities. In addition, SCDF provides consultancy projects to assist other countries in achieving the UN certification. At our Civil Defence Academy, besides offering a variety of international courses ranging from urban search and rescue to hazardous materials and disaster management training, SCDF also customizes courses for external agencies to meet their training needs. With rapid development around the world and as Singapore continues to change and flourish, SCDF has to leverage on our human talent as well as advances in technology to continually innovate and improve on our fleet of vehicles, firefighting equipment and techniques to stay ahead of challenges. Going forward, more emphasis will be placed on research and analysis to enhance the standards of fire safety as well as fire and hazmat investigations. The role of SCDF to keep Singapore safe and secure has become more important than ever in this ever-changing world. Guided by our core values of pride and care, SCDF strives to keep Singapore a safe and secure country for all to live in.